All right, Heath, we want to take a special call today. We are always talking about fantasy football, and there's two sides to the coin. And we have the other side with us, a huge fan of the show, Kelly H. She is the only girl in her league, only female, finished second last year.
Good for her.
The name of her league is Donkey Punch, and her team name, it's one of the best I've ever heard.
That's really true.
Multiple Scoregasms.
I like
How
it.
are you, Kelly?
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Good, good. So what is it like to be the only female in the league?
It's tough, especially when my husband is one of my opponents.
Do you guys have a side bet when you guys play?
Sometimes, especially if there's a player that needs to be available, things like that.
A little collusion.
Oh, yeah, a little collusion. That's
So
nice.
what is your draft strategy? You go running back, receiver? Do you like quarterbacks? What do you do?
Okay, this was really weird. I read I don't know, I do a lot of research online right before the draft, and last year I came upon an article that talked about how actually wide receivers are your more for sure bet. And I have done pretty well having some of the best wide receivers in the league on my team.
Okay, so who were your wide receivers last year?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me bring this up on my computer here.
Oh my goodness! You
I
don't
know, I
You
can't
don't know it.
remember.
Like
Isn't
like
this
who? You
terrible?
came in second. You had to be playing for the championship. You had to be follow these guys. Like, my goodness, you know.
I was. Forgive me. I'm pregnant, so I have.
Oh,
Congratulations.
forget it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
You know,
I'm sure all your callers have that problem.
yeah, they're all pregnant.
They have memory issues for other reasons, probably.
Let's see here. I had Andre Johnson last year. I picked him up just in the beginning of the draft.
Excellent.
He was just an auto pick, actually, which was wonderful because I do set my auto pick that if I'm a later pick to go for the wide receivers because unless you're in that first, 6 picks, getting those great running backs right away or those great quarterbacks, if you're a late pick, you might as well just pick up those good wide receivers. That's how I feel about it.
That was
it,
all
Kelly.
the big articles last year. There's renewed interest in the tight end in the National Football League this year. You'll find out.
Kelly, does your husband
really?
have your husband have as cool a team name as yours or no?
Actually, his is Stuntcock.
Lovely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was wrong about quoting my name. I apologize. They changed the name. It was called we're actually the Pigskin Porkers.
Oh, the Pigskin Porkers.
That's our
Okay.
new league name last year. So.
Okay.
Excellent.
And so this is you guys do all your stuff online, so it's not like a bunch of sweaty guys in a room with one cool chick.
We do it online, but we do it together.
Good.
Right.
We make it a party. So we all have our laptops all lined up, and it's all a bunch of IT people. So,
And what was the
Yeah, I'll have-
stupidest pick you ever saw someone make?
pardon?
What was the stupidest pick you ever saw someone make? Where you just scratched your head.
What happened was my auto picked 2 tight ends in a row, and they're both big losers. So I was really angry. I don't even think I have them anymore to remember what they were, but
That
it
just
was
saying that's
bad.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's just
And it was early.
that was horrible.
That auto pick got turned off big time.
There you go. So, Kelly, call again. Let us know how you're doing. If your strategy changes, let us know that you named the child Philip because that's a great name for a boy.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you.
Or you can name it 32 teams.
There you go.
Okay. And there'll be some sponsoring.
Yeah,
after
maybe
that,
we'll
right?
get you a little baby bib. A 32 teams bib.
32 teams,
Funny.
baby bib. That'd be awesome. Call us the week when you play your husband. That's what we want to hear about.
Yeah.
We want to hear about how.
Those weeks, I can't even stand it. It's just not good.
Do you guys go to
Don't
therapy
talk
at
about
all?
Fantasy those weeks.
Is there?
See what?
Do you have? What is your like therapy session like? Do you guys like drink Jack Daniels and that's your therapist, or like how do you
Not
deal
these
with?
days. She's pregnant.
How you gonna deal with a baby and another an adversary in your husband?
It's gonna be stressful.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough this year. I just have to play, and when I win, I just am very quiet around the house, and I cook a great dinner.
That a girl. You know what else you should do is you should be like, you know what? Why don't you wake up and change him, and then get him like mentally exhausted like 4 days before the draft, sleep deprivation, and then you got him.
I have said he's a guy who jumps around the board a lot, and I'll be like, hey, I was really looking at this guy. He's supposed to have a great game this week, and I've tried to lure him over, but he really does his research.
Smoke
so.
screening your
Sleeping
husband.
with
Oh,
the
that's
enemy.
terrible. That's sleeping with Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the call, Kelly.
Thanks, guys. I'm really interested in your show, and I'm glad I found it.
All right.
Great. Thank you.
That is crazy. You have a similar situation, don't you?
In our league, we have 2 owners, and they're married, and they have a side bet, and it gets tough. They play each other twice in the same division. It's brutal. Yeah, it's brutal.
All right, now speaking of brutal, we're going to talk about these San Francisco 49ers. Now, I say brutal, not other than Mike Singletary wants to punch your face in,
He really
then
does.
step on your neck,
Yep.
and then elbow your chest, and then say, let's play football.
This is the sexy pick, you
Yeah.
guys, that everybody's talking about. Oh, they got these 2 offensive, linemen, and they're really going to focus on the running game, and they're trying to help out Alex Smith. And it's like everybody forgot that they drafted Michael Crabtree all of a sudden last year. But Frank Gore is the main man here and should be again. There are some positives for him. He had 10 touchdowns for the first time ever in his career in a season last year. Some of that is because, and he added 10 receptions to his totals, so that's also good, and because that makes him more valuable in a PPR format. But the thing that's bad is that he's had injury troubles every year he's been in the league, and that may scare people off because he's going like number 5 in a lot of leagues because everyone's excited about these rookie offensive linemen and saying, oh, this commitment to the run, and Mike Singletary is a big bad guy, which he is, and he wants to have that kind of personality on his team. But Frank Gore, he's the clear number 1 back. He's going to get his touches. They've got a great fantasy playoff schedule, as I outlined with Alex Smith before.
But that being said,
Yeah.
that's why they're being looked at as sexy. I don't think you're going to get points with them until the second half of the season when they all have their identity and they all have to win a game and they believe in Frank Gore and Crabtree scores like that kind of chemistry. So you're going to overvalue them and pick them early, and then you're going to be like, wait. And then at week 6, everybody's going to be wanting to trade with you because they're going to know that San Francisco is going to get it together, and then you're going to make a silly move.
It's tough. If you're sitting there, you have the 5th pick in your draft, and you take Frank Gore, and then if he gets injured, boy, it kills your season. And that's the thing that owners are afraid of. And so then you have to look at the backups and try to look for some value. Glenn Coffey was the guy last year. Oh, he had great preseason, blah, blah, blah. And when given the opportunity last season, he averaged only 2.7 yards per carry. So what did they do? They went out and they drafted a guy. They had this guy, Anthony Dixon, sleeper
Wake
alert
up,
on this guy.
Wake up!
Hello.
Wake up!
Anthony Dixon, this guy falls into their laps in the 6th round because he's got off-the-field issues. You can look up some stuff, but he has a DUI against him when in July 2009.
Well, who doesn't?
Right. He had. It's really tough for Anthony Dixon, and they were saying that he has like some conditioning issues. And
Well, who doesn't?
He doesn't. I mean,
my body's built by neglect,
yeah, exactly.
So
I
need that rim shot, Rudy. I need that rim shot.
www.neglect.com.
Yes.
And
Thank you very much, Rudy. I'll be at Shecky's Tuesday night at the open bar happy hour from 4 to 6.
But this guy, Anthony Dixon, he's got talent. He's a good dynasty prospect. Yes. 2 years down the road, we're going to probably know this guy's name better if he cleans it up. If he doesn't, Mike Singletary will cut him. We'll know early, and everything will be okay.
Can't have it.
Exactly. Can't have it.
All right. The number to call is 877-242-8212. Go to Facebook, look for 32 Teams. Go to the blog, 32teams.blogspot. See, under the influence.
Blogspot.com.